Okay. So basically what Render Garden is it's a program that splits your AE project into multiple seeds, as they're called, or multiple parts. And this increases your render speed because the natural way that AE renders things is it's in a linear fashion. So it just goes from start to end. Some things cannot be optimized in the sort of way that AE does its renders. So for example, if we just render this out, this is not a CPU intensive project by any means, but if we look at my CPU here, so this is my CPU under load of recording this tutorial and doing this render, and it's not even going past 40% here. I mean, it just did there, but like it's staying consistently around 30%, and you would think that there's a way to use the 100% of my CPU in order to make this project go a lot faster. Normally with AE you can't do that, but that's where Render Garden comes in. So alright, so once you have Render Garden installed, you just want to go to Window and then click Render Garden, and it'll open up this. So first off, I'll talk about the number of gardeners you should have, and basically I just have a little formula to calculate that. It's very not even a formula at all. So you basically just look at your CPU, and my CPU has 6 cores, and basically if you want to render things the fastest and you don't care about using your computer in the background, I recommend doing your total number of cores minus 1. So I'm going to be doing 5 gardeners. But if you still want to use your computer in the background, I recommend doing your total number of cores divided by 2. So for me, it'd be 3, because of course I have 6 cores. And then for the number of seeds, you just want to do twice the number of gardeners. So seeds are basically, what a seed is it's just like a part of your project. It's just what Render Garden is going to split it up into several seeds, as I've mentioned before, and it's better to have twice the amount of gardeners because some gardeners will finish faster than others, and you want the gardeners that finish first to start working on just to start working on new seeds rather than just staying idle and not doing anything, which is why we have twice the number of seeds as gardeners. So basically how you get a render started is you just go to here and then you choose your settings. I recommend either doing QuickTime Animation or QuickTime ProRes 422 HQ, but for now we'll just do animation because it's lossless and it's nice like that. So yeah, it's just you just set up the render as you would normally. I think you can do Lagarith with this, but when I did do Lagarith, it fucked up a bit, but that might have been just because I forgot to clear my cache before rendering. And I also recommend putting this setting on, the sort of secret settings here where you disable layer cache and purge every 120 frames during make movie. That'll just avoid errors, but I don't think you have to do that. So yeah, but anyways, so you set up your render like this, and then you just have it checked, and then you go to Render Garden, and then depending on my little formula or whatever. So for example, I want to be using my computer in the background, so I'm going to be using 3 gardeners, meaning I'm going to have 6 seeds. So just as you can see here, 6 is good, and then you can just click Plant the Seeds, and then run 3 gardeners, and there you go. So now these will be rendering in the background, and now you can close AE, you can work on another project, you can just do whatever, which is super useful. Like, I fucking hated how you just couldn't use AE while it was rendering. It's just kind of a shitty way of doing things. But now, as you can see, if we go to the seeds folder here, you're going to see that since we split this into 6 seeds, you're going to see 6 files like this, and 3 of them have the word rendering in front of it. And the other ones just have the word ready. And so it's just this rendering word is gonna be changed to complete, obviously, when it's done, and then these will be changed to rendering as the gardeners get started on these over here. And queuing multiple sort of project is also, you can also do that as well. So yeah, it's pretty useful, and as you can see, my CPU is using a lot more now because it's actually like doing things efficiently, and as long as your thermals are looking good, everything should be fine. But yeah, and it's rendering 3 renders at once, and everything's all good. So it's just, I highly recommend it. I'm just trying to think if there's anything left I should say. troubleshooting. You could go on the website and just take a look at some of the support and frequently asked questions here if you have any issues. I recommend, if you have any fuck-ups, one thing that they recommend doing is one of these are all renamed to like complete. You can just change the words on it to ready, and then you could run this batch file, just launch Gardner. This will launch one Gardner at a time. So let's say I wanted 4 Gardners instead of just 3 right now. I could just choose this and it'll start another one, and this one will start working on the next seed here. So as you can see, you're going to see one of these being named to rendering right there. As you can see, it just did as this one starts it. And of course 4 is a little much, but my CPU is still kind of handling it. But yeah, that should be everything. And just when all of these are done, it's just going to combine the file and then save it to wherever you selected in After Effects, and then you'll just, it's pretty much the same thing, and it'll look the exact same as if After Effects rendered it. But yeah, super useful, highly recommend it.